All right, so you're dealing with intrusive thoughts, OCD looping thoughts, PTSD, anxiety, right? That's what I was dealing with. It was like all four of them. It was a shit show. My brain was constant looping, second by second. Actually, every 3 seconds, I felt like I was underwater, trying to survive and get fresh air. It was like it was like survival mode constantly every 3 seconds, and it was constantly looping. And at the time, in the beginning, I was resisting my thoughts. So what you resist persists, right? It's like saying, don't think about purple tigers. The first thing you're going to do is, of course, you're going to think about purple tigers, right? So the more you're going like this, the more you resist, right? It persists. It actually gets bigger. When you distract, when you try to be in the present moment to hide from your thoughts, that shit doesn't work, right? When you're in the present moment to hide from your thoughts, to distract, what's happening is you're resisting, and what you resist persists. So what we want to do is we want to allow the thoughts to be there, let them run wild, let them do their thing, ask for more, take away the resistance, right? And then we engage in life. So we put a break into it, we engage in life, and there's a thought still lingering around, we bring it on your shoulder, we go, come along with me, come with me on my shoulder, and we're going to go engage. And if it still wants to bug you some more, stop and then go, okay, limbic system, show me what you got. Bring you that thought again, and it'll bring you that thought, and then you'll feel it. You can process it, right? You say it, come towards me, show me the fear, right? And you picture it. You give it a picture, right? It's a cloud, a purple cloud, and you picture it moving forward. Because when you're picturing it moving forward, it's like you're envisioning the action of allowing, right? You're bringing it in instead of no, no, no. You're doing picturing the cloud and you're bringing it in. You're consuming it, right? It's like you're this beast that's consuming it and eating it. It's like, right? So I'm like, come on, let me show me the fear. Show me what you got. All right. So it sends it towards you, and you allow it to float through you, and you feel the feelings that's behind that alarm, that the emotion, right? Because that's what it is. These are all alarms, and alarms have one mission, right? Their job is to be what? To be acknowledged. So when you have an alarm, you need to acknowledge it. Go, thank you, Limby. Thank you for sending me this alarm to perceive danger. Because that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to send you alarms to perceive danger to keep you alive. Its job is to keep you alive. So it's not, you don't have a mental illness, right? These are alarms and it's doing its job. The brain is working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that we don't like the feeling. It's very uncomfortable. Another thing to also think about is when we get these thoughts, right, these feelings, and you start to learn not to resist or try to count backwards, or you look at your environment. Okay, I see five things. There's a mouse here. There's a bottle here, and I'm just, this is working good. If I concentrate on this bottle, if I right, then maybe then I won't focus or think about the alarm that's right here. It's like right driving me crazy. And sure, that might work in the short term because you're managing your coping, you're distracting. But what happens is that brain sees you doing that and it goes, wow, he's distracting from what? Danger. So what does it do? It magnifies the alarm. It makes it bigger and bigger and bigger. So the more you resist, the bigger it gets, right? Because it needs to be acknowledged, because it needs you to pay attention to the perceived danger to keep you alive from the tiger. It's assuming there's a tiger or a liger or a bear that's on your back, and it wants you to do something, either fight or flee, right? Either or will keep you alive and safe. And the other thing that we have to think about is this is a little thing that not many people really know about. It's the content of the thought is irrelevant. It means nothing. What it is, it's bait, right? That's there to get you sucked in, right? It's here. It's like, ooh, oh, right? And it gets you sucked in, and it does this. That's what it's supposed to do, and it works great. It's not going to send you pictures of daffodils and pussycats and rainbows. Because if it did that, you wouldn't pay attention to it. You wouldn't care. You'd be like, yeah, well, I don't care about. Yeah, daffodils are cool, but it's not going to get my attention, really. Really. Right? It's going to send you alarms and bait in a form that's going to get your attention. It's usually something to do with fear, right? Something that you dread, something that you're fearful of, and something that you can't help but be consumed by. So it's going to send you something, right? It's like, right? I'm going to do that again. There we go. And then you get sucked into it, right? And we're sucked into the content, right? It's you got this target, this content, this picture of something that is horrifying and scary, and it's the most important thing in your world right now, and your brain's going, "What are we doing? Okay, come on, yeah. Tell me what we're doing. Are we fighting or fleeing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?" And what you're gonna do is first understand the content of the thought is irrelevant. It's only there to suck me in to the core alarm, which is the fear feeling. The alarm is the feeling, the emotion of fear. So, what you do is you bring it towards you, right? Go, thank you, alarm, or thank you, Limby. Thank you for showing me that, knowing that the content is irrelevant. But bring the content in and go, oh yeah, I don't like that. Oh yeah, that's hard. That's a hard one. I fucking hate that. But I'm gonna allow it to be there, right? Send this message. So you're in the danger, but you're sending a message of safety. That's how you send a message of safety to the brain, so it changes the association, right? But if you're sending a message of, okay, Lemby, send it to me. Okay, 2 seconds more. 3, and we're done. Oh, fuck. Oh, right? When you do that, you're white knuckling, you're surviving through the exposure of allowing it. When you do that, what do you think you're telling your brain? You're surviving through what? Danger. Right. So next time when you ask for it to come forward, come on, Lemby, show me what you got. Or bring it to me. Bring me the alarm. Change your response to, all right, I don't like this. I hate this. This feels like shit. But you're learning how to sit in the fear without trying to figure it out, without trying to analyze it, rush it out the door. You're just sitting in the fear, going, all right, do your thing, run wild. Actually, ask for more. Give me more. Give me more. Oh, yeah, okay, that's horrible. That feels like shit. But you're giving it the space that it needs. You're acknowledging it. You're letting it do its thing. You're letting it run wild. Instead of trying to control it and resist it and get rid of it and distract it and fix it and analyze it and rush it out the door and try to figure it out, we're not going to judge it. We're going to let it do its thing. Remembering the content of the thought is irrelevant. I know at first it feels like it's the most important thing in the world. But trust me, the more you do this, the more you will see the evidence that actually the content doesn't mean shit. And the more you do this, the alarm gets weaker and weaker and weaker. And then the brain goes, all right, I believe you. We're going to turn that alarm off, right? So when you stop resisting and fighting and distracting, right? Because when you do this, you're putting an inner battle, right? You're fighting with your thoughts. You're fighting with your feelings. And when you have an inner battle, what happens is your baseline starts to go up, right? This is your baseline. It starts to go up. Your bucket starts to get full. And when it does that, your baseline goes up, it's in a survival program, survival state of fight or flight. And when your security system is in a state of fight or flight like that, its job is to send alarms down to you, right? In the forms of mental and physical alarms, symptoms, right? And these symptoms, we don't like them. They're very uncomfortable, but they're doing their job, right? If you have a pain here, something there, or a thought, or those are all alarms, right? And if it's trying to get your attention, it sends alarms and it works. It gets your attention. So when you get anxiety, or you get this impending doom feeling, or OCD, something's looping all the time. That's what I had. I had OCD looping thoughts that were relentless and just never stopped. So I had to allow them to do their thing, allow them to do their thing, and then engage. And in time, it would regulate, the baseline would come down, and the alarms would turn off one by one, and then my anxiety would slowly lift. But yes, I would have setbacks and spikes, right? Where all of a sudden it'd go up again. But you keep doing the methods, you keep allowing it, you keep engaging, you keep doing this. And it takes time, it takes patience, right? Because you got to think, how many years did it take for you to fill up that bucket? For me, it was 30 years of on and off bullshit, bad relationships, bad work environment, um, right? Surgeries, medications, antibiotics a bunch of times. Uh, you know, did I say bad work? Yeah, bad work environment, and you name it. Somebody's passing away, childhood trauma. It could be so many things that fills a person's bucket up, right? Drugs, smoke. I was a smoker, right? That's like every smoke is like a bomb going off your nervous system. I was also a heavy drinker for 15 years of my life. All this shit fills up your bucket. And then when it starts to overflow, symptoms happen. This is where you get the shit show, perfect storm. And then your baseline goes up to 1,000. And when you're both full and up to 1,000, the brain manifests symptoms. Also, your body isn't working efficiently anymore. It's buffering. It's like when your cell phone has got too many pictures of your cat on there. It's not going to work efficiently anymore. It starts to buffer. It starts to work slowly. So things start to build up, and something's got to give. The body keeps the score, right? It's not able to regulate efficiently anymore. When you get a cold, it lasts for 3 weeks. If you get a flu, all of a sudden you're sick for 3 months. When everything's regulated, this is on, empty, and your baseline's at zero, back on standby, your alarm system back on standby, it's able to handle everything with ease. It digests with ease. You don't have gut issues anymore. Everything's regulated. Everything's back online. Everything's able to heal now, right? So when everything's back online, it's able to handle flus or a cold. You might only feel 3%. You might not even know you had it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, when your bucket was full and your baseline was at 1,000, it was like it was piling on more shit. Your desk was full of stuff that you're already overwhelmed with, right? And the brain's trying to keep you alive on top of it, and then it's throwing on a cold, and then a flu, and then this virus, and then this stress, and then somebody this and that. No wonder why you're dealing with all these symptoms like a whack-a-mole game, right? One symptom goes, another one pops up. So back to the OCD, intrusive thoughts, and anxiety. At the end of the day, the content of the thought is irrelevant. So that's one more thing you can take off your loads, you can let go of, right? And in the future, when you're dealing with more of these thoughts, it's an opportunity for you to use that information, go, you know what, this is irrelevant. Even though it feels like the most important thing in the world right now, I know it's irrelevant. I know it feels like it's relevant. It's all smokes and mirrors. Allow it to do its thing. Agree with it. Go, yeah, I hope my heart explodes in the next today and tomorrow. Actually, I hope it explodes on Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I hope that my arm is going to fall off. Well, I hope I have an aneurysm or a stroke right now. I hope I have it today and tomorrow. And you know what? I hope it happens on Friday too. And I'll be waiting for you. I'll be sitting here waiting for that thought to come. Hey, where were you? I thought you haven't been bugging me. No, I've been waiting for this looping thought to be here. No, come here. We're going to take away the resistance, right? We're going to open the door and leave the door open. Whenever you want to come here and loop, right? And whenever you want to have that scary thought or that alarm, we're going to put a seat at the table for you with tea. And I'm going to join you with tea for tea. We're going to enjoy tea. We're going to have cookies, right? I'm going to take that door off its hinges just to make sure that you're always welcome. If you want to come at middle of the night or in the daytime, anytime, the door is always open. I will never have it closed, right? I'll always have it open. And you can bring more friends. You can bring more OCD looping thoughts if you want. Your whole family, bring your whole family. right? Ask for more. I want more. Give me more. Give me more. I love it. Lean into it, right? That's how you send a message of safety. It's how you respond in the danger that sends a message of safety. And remember, the content of the thought is irrelevant. It doesn't matter, right? It's how you respond. Allow it to be, then engage.